Okay. Before the break, we did the first 3 sessions of chapter 13. Now we are going to do session 4 and session 5 of chapter 13. Session 4 is deferred annuities due. Session 5, perpetuities. Okay, so I'm going to share my computer. Yeah, it is shared. Just to confirm, can someone confirm that you can hear me and you can see my computer? Anyone? Thank you, Matthew. Great. Thank you, boss. Great. Thank you, Teresa. All right. Are there any questions? All right. So next, what will, okay, it is here. So now I will present deferred annuities due. I'm going to make this font bigger. Try to. So deferred annuities due. So due means payment is made at the beginning. Okay. Deferred means you don't make payment until a certain time. Okay. For this session, I will present 2 examples. This is the first example. I try to increase the font size. Okay. So the question is, what payment can be withdrawn at the beginning of each month for 6 years? If 5,000 is invested today at 12% compounded monthly, and the payment are deferred for 10 years. Deferred for 10 years. So again, when I finish presenting this example, when you at home redo this example by yourself to see if you can come up with the correct answer. Okay. This is a university credit course. It is not easy, but it is not that hard. The thing is, you need to practice, practice, and practice. Practice a lot. The same question, you do it again and again until you do it like 1 + 1 = 2. That's confident. Okay. All right. So the question asks you, what payment means what is PMT? That is the question. Okay. What is PMT? What payment means? The question asks you, what is PMT? That is the question. And the keyword began means this is annuity due. This began means this is annuity due. Okay. So this annuity happened for 6 years. So annuity happened for 6 years. Okay. But the payments are deferred for 10 years. So from here, maybe from here to here is 6 years. Okay. And then from here to here, oops, cover this one. It is 10 years. So for 6 years, it is annuities. 10 years is the deferment. So this is now. This point is now. Okay. And the question asks you, what is the payment for annuity? Means what is the PMT here for annuity? Okay. And how much money you have now? How much money you have now? You have 5,000 now. You have 5,000. Okay, this question similar to the example we did before, except this is began, annuity due began. Okay, so 2 steps. Step 1, what is the money here? What is the future value after 10 years? This is step 1. Once you did step 1, and this future value for 10 years becomes present value for annuities. Did you see that? The future value after 10 years becomes present value for annuities. Okay, so 2 steps. I will use first. Let's consider the formula. Okay, again, the payment is each month, so PY equal to 12, and interest is compounded monthly, CY equal to 12. Okay. IY is given 12%, compounded monthly, so periodic interest is 12% divided by 12. Okay. For annuity, we use term N, 6 years. 6 years is the annuity. I will use the same term. 6 years. Why does not change the color? So term N equal to 6 years or 72 months. For the deferred, we use deferment D equal to 10 years, but 1 year has 12 months. So D equal to 120. Okay, so step 1, what is the future value after 10 years? We use formula, future value equal to present value 1 plus I raised to power N, plug in the number, PV is 5,000, I is 1%, okay, this N is 120, and you get this number, okay, and this future value becomes present value, of the annuity. And you plug in annuity due formula, figure out what is the PMT, and this is the final result. Again, needs lots of work. Make sure you know how do you carry out these calculations. Okay, the ultimate goal, you want to get exactly $319.42. Okay, and your quiz question for chapter 13 will have similar questions, different scenarios. Okay, so this is a formula method. And now I will present a calculator method. In calculator, I still need to do step 1, step 2. Okay, so do calculator method. So I will try to put calculator here so that you see the original question. Maybe I will erase some annotation. So this is the original question. Okay. So step 1, what is the future value after 10 years? So I'll do second equation. This is annuity due. It is keyword beginning. So I need to set up my computer to begin. How do I set up to begin? Second, begin. Second, set. Second, quit. See, my computer have a BGN on top right corner. Once you set up this begin mode, set up PY, Over 10 years, PY equal to 12, CY equal to 12. Okay, so second PY 12, enter. Down arrow key. CY 12, enter. Second, quit. Okay, so step 1, type in 5,000. 5,000. That is the present value. Because it is long, I tend to interpret it is negative number. Okay, so that the future value you get is a positive number. So this is a 5,000 is the present value PV. 0 is a PMT. You don't make any payment during 10-year period. Okay. 12 is interest. 12 is interest IY. Okay. Deferment is 10 year. 10 year is the same as 120 months. That is a deferment term N. Okay. So now compute FV future value. You see, this number agree with the step 1 number here. Okay. So this is the future value. And this future value becomes present value for this annuity, the 6-year annuity is here. So I will press PV. Okay, means present value for annuity is this number. Okay. Because I already entered the interest rate, I can omit. Or on safe side, you enter interest rate again. 12 is interest for annuity. Term N for annuity is 6 years or 72 months. So 72 term N. Okay. And then 0 FV. 0 FV to clear any previous entries. Lastly, you compute PMT. Again, to get positive number, you press this. See, exactly the same number we get here. $319.42. Okay. So again, make sure you just looking at original question. Of course, when you review, you need to do step by step. You need to look at the solution. But after review, try not to look at the solution. Try to just looking at this question. Consider this question is the exam question, is the test question. Can you come up with $319.42 without looking at solution? You have to achieve this level. Then you do the test question, quiz question, assignment question. Okay. Any questions? Okay. So this is this one default. Okay. Next question. We did 390. We did this one, yeah. Any questions? Okay, that is session 4. Default annuities due. Default annuities due. Okay. Last session is perpetuity. So perpetuity, it is an annuity in which the periodic payment began on a fixed date, but it continues indefinitely, means it is going on and on and on and on. What are the examples of annuities? For example, if you buy the stocks, some stock offer dividends. So the dividends on the preferred shares, you get the dividends forever as long as you hold the share. Interest payments on permanently invested funds. And also the scholarship. Those are the examples. So there are three important things you need to make sure you understand perpetuity. Perpetuity has a fixed date, but there is no end date. Because there is no end date, so it is impossible to determine the future value of perpetuity. And also because there is no end date, term n, we tend to think it is a very big number. Mathematically, we use this symbol represent a big number. And when you use calculator, you can type in, for example, 3000 as term n when you use calculator. Although there is no future value for perpetuity, but the present value, there exists a value for present value for perpetuity. Okay. So let's look at the formula for present value of perpetuity. Because perpetuity, it is also a kind of annuities. So we can use the formula PV equal to PMT times 1 minus 1 plus I raised to power negative n over I. This is the regular present value formula. When n is a very big number, mathematically, this item goes to 0 when n is a very big number. So you just have PV equal to PMT times 1 minus 0 over I. So PV, present value, it is just payment over interest I. Okay, that is the situation for simple perpetuity. Okay, simple perpetuity. Again, question for everyone. Okay, guys, wake up. Question, quiz, in-class quiz. What does the keyword simple mean? We already know perpetuity. So, sorry. What is simple mean? Type in your answer on chat area or directly speak up.
Simple. Simple means that the CY is equal to the PY.
Fantastic, Leandra. Simple means CY equal to PY. Excellent. So when PY equal to CY and it is perpetuity, the present formula is this. So now, general perpetuity. Another quiz, what is general mean? Sorry, why the font did that? Interesting. Humble, thank you, yeah. Second question, what does the general mean? Again, you can directly speak up or you can type in your answer in the chat area. General. Anyone, what is general mean? Different interest and payments. Yeah, casually speaking, Humble, you are correct. So general means PY not equal to CY. Number of payments per year not equal to number of interest conversion period per year. That is general. When Py not equal to Cy, remember what do you need to calculate first? Equivalent rate of payment P. Equivalent rate per payment period P. Okay. So P equal to, can anyone find a typo in this PowerPoint slide? Anyone? What is a typo for this PowerPoint slide? I'm going to erase some annotation. There is a typo. Anyone found out?
The P in P, or like in the formula P equals 1 plus P to the C minus 1, it should be I instead of P in the bracket.
Fantastic, Azadra. Yeah. So this is typo. This is not P. This is should be I. This should be I. 1 plus I raised to power C. Okay, this is a typo. So when you print your PowerPoint from Sakai, there's a typo here. 1 plus I raised to power C. Okay. All right. Thank you, Humble, for your answer. Now, perpetuity due, a third quiz. We know what is perpetuity. It just goes on forever, forever, forever. Goes on and on and on and on. That is perpetuity. But why perpetuity due? What does this word due mean? D-U-E, due? Anyone? What does this word due mean? Why you are...
It means that it's at the end of the payment period.
At the end?
Wait.
Good try. It is opposite. The end.
Oh, it's at, oh, okay, beginning. So due is
Beginning, beginning, okay.
Got
Before
it.
I forget, I want to take attendance, okay? So, participants, thank you so much for your attendance. Attendance list. So I took the attendance. Did I took attendance? Download attendance list? Yes, I took attendance. Great. So now go back. So this keyword DUE due means beginning. Okay. But if something is paid at the end, what do we call? If you make payment at the end of every month, what is the terminology to describe the END end? Anyone? Wow, fantastic. Humble, sum up. Humble said, ordinary, fantastic. So begin means due, if you see the keyword. Okay, those are the keyword. All right. So now let's look at the present value of a perpetuity due. Perpetuity due. There are two situations. Situation one, simple perpetuity due. So again, what is simple? Someone remind us, what is simple again? How do I know it is simple? Anyone? Continue your contribution.
You know that it's simple because CY and PY are equal.
Fantastic. PY equal to CY means simple. Due means begin. Okay. Now, what is general perpetuity due? What does this general mean? Anyone? General.
General means that the PY is not, excuse me, not equal to CY.
Excellent. And due means begin. Yeah. Okay. So how do I calculate present value for simple perpetuity due? You just plug in this formula. Because it is simple, you use I. And how do I calculate the present value for general annuities due? You use this formula. Because it is general. When you have general, you use P, not I. What is P? P equal to 1 plus I. Again, there's a typo here. 1 plus I raised to power C. Okay. Now, quiz for everyone. What is C? What is the formula for C?
C is equal to CY over PY.
Perfect. C equal to CY over PY. Okay. All right. Any questions so far? No. Example. Calculate the amount of money invested today at 6% compounded annually, which will provide a scholarship of 12,000 at the end of every year in perpetuity. By the way, when I taught this course in the past, I gave similar question during the test, and a student said, it is impossible to do this question because there is no term N. Without the term N, how do I calculate annuity? This is the question I got from students, not only once, but several occasions. So how do you answer this? Without the term N, how do I calculate this annuity? How? Why term N is not given? Why? Anyone? Why there is no term N? Why didn't it say 3 years or 10 years or 25 years? Why? Hamzy, perfect, no term, because it goes on and on and on and on forever, because it is perpetuity. By definition, what is perpetuity? Okay, the payment is going on and on and on and on without end. That's why no term N. So this question is correct. There's no mistake. So when you have this question during the quiz, don't ask me the same question. Hey, there is no term. I cannot calculate this question. It is impossible because you do not give me the term. Okay, now return back to the question itself. Calculate the money of the amount of money invested today means what is the present value. Okay, so you just plug in the formula. Present value equal to PMT over I. You use this formula because why you use I? Why you use I? This is the question. Because PY equal to CY. When PY equal to CY, you use I. Okay, so how do you know PY equal to CY? PY means number of payment per year. PY equal to 1. CY, interest compounded annually, 1. PY equal to 1, CY equal to 1. Okay, so present value equal to PMT over I. PMT is 1200, I 0.06. The result is 20,000. Okay, and this example belong to this is a simple perpetuity. Okay, present value of simple perpetuity. So now let's look at another example here. What money invested today at 6% compounded quarterly will provide a scholarship of 1,000 at the end of each year in perpetuity. So the question asks you, what is the present value of the perpetuity? But this time, we need to use PMT over P. Why I need to use P? Because PY not equal to CY. How do I know they are not equal? Because PY represent number of payments per year. So what is PY in this question? Anyone? 1 year, how many payments you make?
Compounded quarterly. It's 1 payment per year.
Excellent. So what is CY? Thank you, Humble. What is CY? Teresa, thank you. CY equal to 4 because interest compounded quarterly. So now in this question, you see PY not equal to CY means that is general. When PY not equal to CY, it is general perpetuities. When it is general, you need to use P, not I. So PV equal to PMT over P. We already know PMT, that is 1,000. So now we need to figure out what is P. Remember the formula P equal to 1 plus I raised to power C minus 1. And what is C? C equal to CY over PY. CY is 4, PY is 1, C equal to 4. And what is I? I is periodic interest. So I is 6% compounded quarterly. Okay, so I equal to 1.5%. So plug in C and I into P. You get P equal to this number. Once you have P, plug in PMT, you get present value. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Let me check something here. Participants. All right, so next question. Perpetuity present value. So this is the question. A tract of land is leased in perpetuity at 1,250 due at the beginning of each month. If money is worth 7.5% compounded monthly, what is the present value of the lease? So the question asks you, what is the present value? Okay, because it is happened at the beginning, so it is due. Beginning means due. Beginning means due. Okay, and because PY equal to CY, how do I know PY equal to CY? You calculate PY first, then you calculate CY. So PY, what is PY? Anyone, what is PY in this question? Type in your answer or directly speak up in the chat area.
12.
Fantastic. PY equal to 12 because 1 year you make 12 payment. Okay. And what is CY?
$12 as well.
Excellent. Thank you. So because PY equal to CY, thank you all for your contribution. Okay. Oops, just try to check the message from chat area to see if there's any message. Why there is no chat? All right, thank you, Humble. Thank you, Hamza. Okay, for your response. Great. Because PY equal to CY, what can you say? This is a simple perpetuity due. Okay. So that's why you use this formula. It is due, simple perpetuity due, and plug in the PMT. Okay, I 7% compounded monthly, so I equal to 7.5% compounded monthly. You have to divide it by 12. Okay, so you get 0.625%. This is I, okay, and you get the final answer for present value. Okay. Any questions? All right. So in summary, what we did today, I will just go back to the title of this chapter. Oops. So should have count. Okay. So this is what we did today. We did annuities due. Okay. Due means when you make payment at the beginning of each month. Okay. And we also did deferred annuities. When you do deferred annuities, usually 2 steps. Step 1, okay, for deferred period, and then step 2 for annuity. Step 2 usually is an annuity. Step 1 usually it is just a regular compound interest problem. And lastly, we did perpetuities. Okay. And today we emphasize the computer step. Remember, there are 5 buttons in computer. You have to enter 4 numbers, enter 4 items on calculator. Okay. And also important thing today, you have to distinguish to set your computer to begin mode or to end mode. I'll write down the summary step. Okay, how do you change from begin to end or from end to begin? You do this. Second, begin. Second, set. And second, quit. Okay. So we have a few minutes for questions. Any questions? Any comments? Remember, you need to practice and practice again. I'm holding office hours on Wednesday from 10 to 11 on chat room. Okay. And make sure you attend the lab session, go over the questions, and go over the questions from lectures, from the textbook examples. Okay? All right, that's all for today. If you have any questions, I will still be here for another few minutes. If you do not have questions, feel free to go. Good night, good luck, study harder. You will be doing well, okay? After you study, practice and practice and practice. It's not easy course, but lots of time, dedication, effort to put into, like anything else in life. Okay. Thank you again for your participation. I appreciate. Good night. I'm here for any student who have questions.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
You have a good week.
You too. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, stop recording first.